black and yellow. At least that's kind of the game plan I'm seeing, because I agree, I don't also really love that matchup late game, even versus the Gyrocopter. Not like it's impossible, I just don't think it's Gyro's worst matchup, for example.
Yep. And what my concern is as well is that like if I'm looking at Stratyk's lineup, I think what they lack, if anything, especially until late, right, is damage. It's like Puck doesn't bring that much damage compared to Spirit Bro, stuff like that. We've talked about this many times in our broadcast, but not a biggest fan of Puck right now. And except for the Snapfire, maybe brings an overwhelming amount of damage. It's kind of easy to just outrun them or outlast them, especially with Lifestealer, Sanking, and stuff. Which is why I'm surprised that Void Spirit's picked, because one single Dream Coil and they will have enough damage to burst you down. And that's where I think that the BKB can never come soon enough for this game. So I hope they can utilize that effectively. I would side with Stratyk. In general, I think they're the better team, if I'm honest with you, but I also think that the draft is better for them this game.
30 seconds to battle.
As we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to fight for the rune here.
True. I think their only downside is they're a little bit more cooldown dependent than black and yellow. Void Spirit, he needs his spells, obviously, right? Like, and he does have those issues, but he's more like a Tiny than compared to, you know, a Snapfire or a Tide Hunter when it comes to cooldown. So that's the only downside. So Stratyk just have to be a little bit cleaner in their execution is all, but I think they can do it.
True.
Braxy in a bit of trouble here, as he will be dropping for first blood almost certainly. Down he goes. They even give the kill to Raza. Probably not what they meant to do, but hey, more farm for the position 5.
Of course they meant to do that. Raza is God, right? He's the man with the most fans in the chat, so I think he rightfully deserves all the kills. I think the point that you made about the cooldowns is a very good one, and it can just kind of be all summarized for Stratyk as in they are a team that is going to take a while to be able to do things, right, in general. Yes, cooldowns, obviously that's much better in the late game. They also, again, need to build up damage, they need items on the heroes and overall. So they're just a team that needs to survive probably the early onslaught from black and yellow. But I think you do have a really good lineup to do so. Tide, Trim Protector, it's a good lineup to survive these early engagements. And with a lot of counter initiation as well.
Yep. I agree. Like I say, I think they just need to string their ultis together a little bit better in the early game, and they should find their way towards
only fight while they're off cooldown, right? Yeah. Every single time, and play really defensively otherwise. And that's where I think black and yellow, that's what the biggest struggle to me, by the way. I don't see much push for them. Like, it's just lifesteal. And even then, like, it's assuming he goes Armor Desolator. There's not much push besides that. So I wonder, let's say you win the early fights, what do you do with them? Do you take objectives in time? Maybe not. Probably not with a Treant. So that's a concern.
It's going to be problematic. We'll see how they look to deal with that, unless, of course, they just kill the Treant. Zero did commit the Burrow Strike to get the CS on the range creep. That'll likely be a death for him. Browser can get one more auto attack in. The slows the range that Treant Protector can reach, though. He's got another Nature's Grasp here. I don't believe Zero makes it out alive, but he does Burrow Strike 20 HP here. It looks like he's going to be able to live. He's going to have to TP back to a 2-1 tower. He doesn't have a lot of regen. He's going to TP back home instead. Okay.
I think at this point, to be honest with you, is it better? I think it's better to force him to TP, actually.
If you're
because
Stratyk?
you've already got him first blood. Yeah. You've already got him first blood. Trim Protector doesn't want to go after the kill, right? Rather just let the Sanking suffer.
Treant will take it, right? I mean, you have to support for gold. They're never going to say no, thank you. They're going to say, excuse me, are you talking to me? You're not talking to my carry?
Raza is a real support. He doesn't know what gold is.
That's why
he's a philanthropist. Yes, he's a philanthropist. Once he got the first blood, what did he buy with it? Mangoes, Tangos, and Orb of Venom, all for his carry to have a safe lane. Truly a man of the people, Raza.
Orb of Venom very strong, though, versus the Sand King. Again, in these early levels when you're looking to abuse him. But yeah, I think it is better to force him to TP, because like you said, his laning stage is very weak. He's down bottom. No, actually, he's going to be fine. Lifestealer just taking a bit of damage from the cookie. But Senko already used the Anchor Smash, so not really too much danger there for the Lifestealer.
Curtin Kelly, I think. That's a name for the ages. If he ever made it to Div 1, it'd be a great name to shout out for your war cry in general, right? What a find. The manager for this, or not the manager, the scout for this team found him like playing in a random Turkish stack and gave him this chance, and everyone's so pleased. They've been very happy with Curtin Kelly's advance. Raza in the top lane, they're gonna go for Zero. They have the whole missile ready, but the block from Godseer is going to be enough to make sure that Zero doesn't die here. Raza doesn't want to die this either. And unfortunately, is the issue of being Trim Protector. Now you realize, oh, I really should have been pulling, but I have nothing to pull.
Down bottom is going to win that duel versus the Lifestealer, and in fact is going to be able to escape. Oh, looks like Salve canceled at least by the Ignite. Might tick down here. Braxy giving chase, needs the auto attack, won't find it. Kill onto the carry going unpunished.
We talked about this, right? Little Shredder just shreds the Lifestealer. It makes it really difficult to play this lane. You don't have a great armor. You don't buy armor items, except for like the face boots, I guess. That's maybe your only safety against this. You gotta rush that Iron Will. I mean, he actually rushed the components of face boots before the boots themselves, which kind of shows what position he understands himself in. Stratyk is gonna double stack the creep wave, I'm pretty sure. He's not gonna die to the Ogre. He knows this. He has Ring of Health already, so he's good. Yep, he's gonna double stack the creep wave. Force Lifestealer to last under tower, that's fine. It's more about him getting some gold out of this wave.
Yeah, Lifestealer not bad at CSing under tower, as they will get a kill top lane onto Adrian.
Nice.
Perhaps even Raza in some trouble here. No, actually he's winning the duel versus 0, but it's a 2v1, so Raza will go ahead and just get out of this one.
Adrian playing the farming Gyrocopter, a little bit weaker in lane, with no points of Rocket Barrage, unfortunately. Don't know if I'm a big fan of this, especially because I think you have a lane that you can really win, but I guess he just wanted to go the secure way of guaranteeing his farm no matter what.
Attack speed early on the Lifestealer. There's the 1-1-1 build for Ogre. Finally has himself the Point and Fire Blast. Don't think that'll make too big of a difference here in this bottom lane, but might be able to at least save the life of his Lifestealer once or twice in the odd engagements here. So he still does not want to leave this lane too early on. Careful here, minus armor. Oh, the Cookie's gonna whiff. Dana really just wanted to get the little Shredder out onto the Lifestealer, and for good reason. That'll get him down to half HP. The armlet queued up. That hell of the Iron Will cannot come fast enough here. But mid lane, there's 3 supports here from Black and Yellow, trying to set up onto A and B.
He doesn't have face shift, so actually he is vulnerable a little bit. Oh, he knows. That's the greetings of he knows. Alright, Godz has to get the... I mean, they don't even need the Ancient Seal, I would say, because you don't have face shift anyway. But if Puck isn't showing the lane, there's going to be a bunch of wasted time. At this point, they've realized they're ganking mid because Carhua has been alone for quite a while now. And Thena can just harass him out of the lane as much as he can. There's the little Shredder activated. Carhua needs to be careful. And indeed, Alien Man and Bananas is going to waste the time with the supports right now. They don't want to lose this tower, though, so he does need to play a little bit aggressively with the Illusory Orb. And he'll bait that he's going to go for the rune. Instead, he's just going to wait out as Raza comes help him, gets Godz in the mid lane. It's slowed, but not slowed enough to get the kill.
Yeah, Sand King finally at level 4. Does need a little bit of solo XP. He was the lowest XP hero in the game for a while, and now can just kind of look to dodge this matchup again because the Gyro's gone for the farming build. Doesn't really have the tools to properly harass him out of lane 1v1. Scotsy is now going to return top lane. Adrian looking like a bit of a target here, but again, Zero is not going to really be able to catch up to him. So, just pulling the waves back and forth and around each other. So there's going to be a little bit of free tower damage in for Stratyk, but not really too big of a deal. It'll just be probably like 4 or 5 tower shots. Catapults.
Yeah, especially with the Ogre now coming in. The Ogre could die potentially. You do have Gush plus the little Shredder. Maybe they're just waiting for the chance of going for the Lifestealer. And now they saw Lifestealer get the salve. They can no longer cancel his salve. Thena could actually be in trouble himself. Braxy hitting him. Flying to the death. There's Carhua. That's a slow. They need a cookie. The cookie's used on the creep. Stuns the Ogre, but it's not going to stun Carhua. And Carhua will secure the skill. The Ravage comes out finally. Does stun everyone in the vicinity, guaranteeing the kill onto the Ogre Magi. God sees the next target. They use a Drinkle Infest to give him a bit more HP. And that Infest might actually save him for now. They want to commit to the kill, and they will. Kertenkele, though, in trouble himself. They need some help from the Triple. The Raza is here to make sure that Kertenkele can survive. They do not have the living armor yet. So Kertenkele will have to go in the trees and still use Magic Stick and TP back home, but if he shows he's dead.
Pole position. They might kill him.
I don't think so, right? We only have Winning Rift. You have enough burst? Yeah, try. That's only 2 seconds of silence. There we go. In fact, Kertenkele realizes this. He's now been attacked too hard, and he's gonna break open up the watermelon. He is. Raza in a similar position. Carhua is gonna slow him down. He's gonna let Braxy finish the job, but Braxy's not strong enough, and Carhua will instead go back to farming the creeps. Alien Man and Banana sees the opportunity to go for Braxy, but once again, they also have Magic Wand charges, and Alien Man and Banana is not gonna make the same mistake twice. No need for them to go for Void Spirit there. They should have just left, honestly.
Still might have a kill mid lane, though, as he does manage to win the duel for the regeneration reduction on bottom. And alongside here, Godzy will pick up the kill and regen up with the rune. Nice little kill for him there. Stana was just looking to absorb some XP and deny the rune, but was a little bit slow there towards the power rune spawn.
Yeah, so overall, I think that bottom fight could have gone much better for Stratyk if they had just had a bit more discipline there against the Void Spirit. I think the rotations were slower, black and yellow, and they could have taken advantage of that. But they got greedy towards the end. Like, you have no mana, you have no HP, you only have a Waning Rift. There's no way you can kill the Void Spirit. They should have just accepted that. At least the Tide now is given a little more space. Because he just got a lot of levels off that. And also, let's be honest, the Ogre Magic is not going to do anything anymore.
Yeah. And I don't...
Raza? Oh. He's been silenced. They're going to hit him with that Dissimulate, and that's going to guarantee the kill. Raza tried to play around, but of course with only 305 movement speed. A bit difficult to break ankles with that.
I don't know if it would have saved his life there necessarily, but Kell did have the Hooded Defiance in that fight. It was actually flying his way on the courier, but he did feed it accidentally underneath the tier 1 tower, so he didn't have the hood active or the cloak for the magic resist at the ready, and obviously that's how they ended up killing him with magic damage. So I don't know if it would have made the difference, but it's a little bit unfortunate for him that we never get to find out because of a little miss micro.
So at least finished up his hood now, so he's going to start putting a lot of pressure here into this bottom lane as Braxy decides to go for the ward. Little Shredder, blowing it, or sorry, hurting him. The help of the Dream Coil, they can cancel this TP, but instead of use a cookie, that's much more efficient. Save the Dream Coil for someone more important. The ward is still there though, so of course black and yellow is exactly the play that Ellie Manaman is thinking of making. As A and B get silenced, they hit him as well with the Aether Remnant. Does he have enough HP to survive this? He will. Still have the Dream Coil, gonna use it again against God Z, and they're gonna kill the Leashed Bird while Void Spirit gets away.
Yep, Kell now pushing waves here just by cutting them and then dragging them into the camps to farm them. Again, Lifestealer can tank through this pretty decently, especially now that he's got the Helm of the Iron Will. He doesn't really mind just tanking the waves underneath the tower. So they're going to need to bring in a couple more heroes if they're interested in pushing down this tower this early on. And that's already Armlet on the way now as well. So this Lifestealer is coming along nicely in terms of itemization. Not really quite the start I think black and yellow were hoping to find. But against the Tide Snapfire, one of the most, probably the most established deadly offlane duos, it's not a bad start, I think, all things considering.
I mean, essentially because you don't need to win this early game. I think it's the perfect start for Stratyk. All they need to do is trade even in the lanes, and they'd be happy with that.
Blink reveal as well, mid lane.
This is the turning point, theoretically, for black and yellow.
Level 2
and they can get a good epi.
Burrow Strike, though, so he's got to really get quite close.
He's got to use the epi first, and then, yeah. Now that's going to work out with the Aetherman. That's going to be a dead puck with the Mystic Flare. That combo might have not needed the epicenter, to be honest with you, but at least guarantee that the puck is dead. Always good. Stratyk. They won't lose the objective here, I think, though.
No, the Fortify as well was for bottom, just forcing Adrian at least out of the triangle. He's got a full Crystallis now. They can kind of check in on his build. 3 points now in Rocket Barrage. No points in stats, but he has, of course, maxed the Flak Cannon first on the farming Gyro, as he does now head into the BKB first.
This one was not for you.
Yeah, not a fan of what he did, right? Because he could have just gotten more points of Rocket Barrage in the lane and presented a bigger threat. And instead he maxed Flak Cannon, which, I mean, now allows him to farm. But if you gotten for stats, he would go full farming. Maybe if Adrian now fights 1 or 2 fights right now, but I do think that his timing this game is much slower. Just because the Lifestealer is so good at early, right? You want to get Scotty probably against this Lifestealer. And until then, I don't think he can really take a fight comfortably. We'll see what Adrian decides to play.
Raza's finally up to level 6, and they're going to look for the kill onto the pole position, but he's got a Yule Scepter, using it aggressively onto the puck, and he still has plenty of spells to be able to evade everyone else here from Stratyk. The turn now is 0, counter-initiating. The Aether Remnant is only going to find a Raza, however, as he pops the Overgrowth. Kiss is coming down for P1, into the Ravage now on top, and they will be able to pick up the kill onto the mid laner, as well as the Skywrath Mage. Godzi running in there, I think trying to finish off someone. Is only going to feed a second kill.
He was trying to stop the kisses with the Ancient Seal, but I think they surprised him there with Waning Rift. But yeah, well played, really well played. Great chaining of the stuns, particularly that Ravage towards the end, on point by Keller for Stratyk. And getting that kill was really important at P1. You want to make sure he doesn't run away with these kills early. It should be black and yellow's territory right now. They should be winning most engagements, but they also have to be a bit wary of their ultimates. At least Mystic Flare has to be up for them to get these kills, and their positioning has to be a bit more on point. Like, if you don't initiate with a proper smoke, or from like high ground to low ground, it's gonna be hard to burst down a hero from Stratyk, except maybe the puck. But there, Stratyk knew exactly what to do. Cookie, and then tanking the Aether Remnant with the Tide. Well done.
Yep.
Or sorry, with a
Lifestealer, though, again, just continuing to farm. Got in a decent amount of chip damage. If they didn't have Treants on the team, they probably would have had this tower by now. Again, it's just forcing a lot of attention from Stratyk over to this bottom part of the map. Top lane, like you highlighted earlier, though, it's not like Black and Yellow have got the strongest push in their off lane. It's a Sand King, not a Beastmaster, so he's still struggling to get through this Tier 1 top. So right now, no Tier 1s this game have been taken. There's a bit of a triangle excursion.
Raza's the target, apparently. Or he's going to be the one tanking the gank. No overgrowth just yet, actually. It's going to be Adrian instead. And Adrian will die first. Well done. Raza falling after him. Not as important. At least the Dream Call comes out, but we still have a Rage on Lifestealer. Doesn't want to commit it. Ellie Mana Banana will be able to reorb himself to safety for now. They see an opportunity to go for 0, and they will take it. But Thana overextended his reach with a cookie, which means he is going to be chased to death by Karkwa, at least getting some space for the rest of Stratyk. The loss of Adrian, a pretty big deal. And these are the kind of kills that Black and Yellow desperately needs right now. Unfortunately, Karkwa did go for the Sanj and not the Desolator, which means they don't have any push.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, that's maybe still for the best, though. Deso, I mean, I don't know. They are fighting a lot this early on. It is NA after all. But in the Basher next, I mean, I think I would have liked to see it, if not second item, maybe third. But we'll see here how it continues to go. Because again, he's making negative progress on this bottom Tier 1 tower, and with Tide defending the mid Tier 1, even without Ravage, they're not really being able. They're not going to really be able to get through any of these Tier 1s anytime soon.
Top tower
So there goes Tide top lane. Got Ravage now, so all the ultis from Stratyk coming off cooldown here. Just Coil needs about 8 more seconds. Black and Yellow are going to smoke into this one. They also have their Blink and Epicenter now. Burrow Strike level 4 this time around. Zero actually deciding to build here into the DOTs, as they will be able to find Adrian. Silent stop into the Mystic Flare. No chance for him to do anything there. Simple little kill. This Black and Yellow will now make to look use of their minute 15 wagons. Braxy just walking in here, trying to block the camp, and will at least block Ancients, trying to set up for something here, but Zero's unable to find AMB. The Burrow Strike did get good damage into Raza, but he's not really too interested in sticking around, so that's an ulti blown. Stratyk might be interested in defending this Tier 1 mid after the Epicenter was used.
As long as Stratyk keeps their objectives alive, I don't think these kills are that big a deal, but it is true that obviously losing Adrian a second time at Triangle, maybe they have to fix their farming patterns a little bit, or put a 5 there to make sure that they can always tank these ganks, because if Adrian doesn't scale, then you don't really have a late game we talked about, right? And Lifestealer is going for a late game build, it seems like, with a Sanj into Basher. He was thinking Scotty earlier as well. Like, he's thinking of fighting the Gyrocopter head on, and he will be able to if you give him enough space. So be really careful here, Stratyk. They're going to try to go for a tower. I don't know if this is going to be easy, though. Second, you get Burrow Strike. The Mystic Flare still available. The home missile to control God Z. Here's more minus armor. The Pog, thinking of going in. Goes for the Scarlet Mage. They stunned out Raza, though. The Gush, however, with the Axe, is going to keep the rest of Black and Yellow at bay. And that kind of somewhat surprise pickup by Kartankele will ensure Stratyk gets a free tower. The fact that they get the tower before the enemy team mid is a pretty egregious deal, and I think it shows how little push Black and Yellow have in their life.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's also a little bit normal, right? I mean, you are playing against a Treant Protector. It's really late, 17 minutes, sure, but, you know, Treant Protector's also doing a pretty good job this game at keeping the towers topped up, and he has spec'd into it with, yeah, now maxed living armor. So they're really, really pressing the issue here for Stratyk. They definitely recognize this is a weak point for Black and Yellow, as there's another heal onto the mid-tier 1 tower. Again, they're just constantly making negative progress on objectives. They finally got top tier 1, though.
I feel like if you had any sort of push, though, on Black and Yellow's tower would have fallen already. Like, it's been pretty low for quite a while. Yeah, he keeps it topped up, but, like, literally a DK activates Dragon Form, and this whole HP goes down immediately, right? That's what I mean. Like, I feel like Stratyk doesn't really have the... They've lost a fair amount of team fights near the tier 1. It's kind of crazy that this tower's still up. And now I think they're going to sacrifice it, by the way. In exchange for a tier 1 bottom. I don't know if they want to do this. Oh, okay.
they want to defend
they realized it. It's a bad play. Yeah, the tier 1 is much more powerful. Curtain Killer though could be in trouble. Starts the hook, can activate it, but gets back immediately. Cookie to save him. We still have the Ravage. And Black and Yellow realize this. Infest has been used. Into the support to go. God Z is already dead. Braxy to be popped. And out comes the candy. Karqua immediately ravaged as they reduce his armor. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? The Buck doesn't really do much. The Jarek comes. He's been silent still. They're going to chase after him, but Karqua gets the rage. No more magic damage to bring him down. Low Shredder available in 3 seconds. Gosh actually slows him with the health range. They need vision of him. He's been turned into a pig. He's also purple. Does this mean he can still be eaten? They're going to try the Gush once again. Slowing him down, securing the kill. Thanks to the lead sheet indeed. As Zero from behind does find his Tide Hunter. Going to go with him. Against him, sorry, with the epicenter ready, but Zero doesn't have enough damage anymore to kill his Tide Hunter, and he's gonna be the sacrificial lamb of this engagement, with Braxy even showing up towards the end, giving himself up. Stratyk just got a free kill there, honestly, and a free team fight overall. Is it already the turning point for them? Does Lifestealer already feel weak enough that the team fight in Stratyk is stronger?
Well, I think the team fight was always stronger. I think what Stratyk realized there is they started pushing bottom tier 1 tower, and Black and Yellow went, wait, they're gonna let us push mid for free? And Stratyk went, wait a second, we have all of our cooldowns, let's go fight. I mean, that wasn't the perfect initiation by them, but it was good enough, right? Let me go ahead and cut a replay of that because it was like a little bit slow. The coil only quote-unquote caught both supports, but like honestly that's enough because the enemies don't really have great counter initiation. They're playing a little bit more of the pick-off game this early on, and they even dive past tier 2 towers to secure that kill completely unpunished. But good job stringing the ultis together a second time. So let's take a look here. Cut it there, basically. Oh, but they're pushing mid. Yeah, and this is the thing. Now Black and Yellow can actually make a pretty strong push, especially if they can catch the puck.
Oh, no. He has patience. He has patience. Survive.
And a haste
as well. Alien Man of Banana has to avoid those ignites. He's going to ignite alone. Oh, no. He falls as P1 also went a bit too far in, and they catch him as well. The Gush onto Zero. BKB got activated by Adrian. They don't want to continue fighting this. We don't have Overgrowth anymore either. And Tayna, the only one with the ultimate still available, is going to die. Laza gets hit by the concussive shot. Curtain Killer still trying to cover this tower best they can. With Gushes, there's always so much you can do. The tower will finally fall. Black and Yellow get the objective they were relishing for a while.
Yep, that one finally goes down. And again, Stratyk just a little bit harder for them to fight without their ultis up. They still get a kill, basically off the back of this BKB that Adrian now has online. And he's going to be doubling back into the Ag Scepter here following the Black King bar. So it's going to be lots of more farm for him. He has been overtaken in terms of farm here by the Lifestealer. So he continues towards his next item. Yeah, go ahead and take the book. Why not? You're level 15. You're the highest level. They didn't even give you a full level. Take the book. Why not?
Was it Karqua who took the book?
Of course it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is representing SA, so he has to play like that. So.
I mean, I guess so.
There's that part of the match.
It's not like you've got a Skywrath mage who gets 400 more DPS, but you know, it's
but he's gonna get closer to 16% evasion, Richie. Do you understand?
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Got Z. Target, nice Ravage. Catches 2 supports. And they should be able to finish this off quickly. Oh, they catch Zero on top of that, and a Lifestealer inside. That's a 2-for-1. Is Zero too fast? He's scuttling to safety. They're gonna get vision of him regardless with the whole missile. How much do they want to commit? The answer is not that much. Definitely not that much. Go back. Okay.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I don't think it's even possible to catch the Sand King. He is pretty mobile, has BOTs, Bullwhip, of course, Blink Dagger.
Fast movement speed.
Yeah, so he is, I mean, 524, he's infested, so let's see where he's going to maybe look to turn. Without Ravage, it's a slightly more difficult to string together your spells. Not by much, as they will make an Infest Bomb jump now on Adrian. Force out that 8-second BKB. Curtain Keller is actually blocking him. As Karqua making the jump in. They force out the Overgrowth. They still have only Kisses now to work with. Karqua in a bit of trouble. Silence up, trying to fight through this one as the Kisses rain death onto him. Dana picks up the kill there. Zero on the counter initiation, though, with the Epicenter. Gets only the Treant Protector, and now caught even by the Nature's Grasp. The Cookie Stun will connect. He's going to go down. Thana with 2 kills. They have found A and B. Kind of over on the front lines, not even so much the back lines. P1 looking to get out of this fight. Sees a haster and should be good to go as Godzi is going to be saved there by the single stun of Braxy.
No. They're tunnel visioning, Richie. They're tunnel visioning.
The turn. It's P1 realizing their enemies have gone a bit too far. This time a 2-times multicast onto Curtain Kel, but do they have a stun? Yes, they do. And a couple of high fives now going around. Seems like that'll be 4 dead for Stratyk as they all scramble to save their safe laner.
Oh my god. If you guys have ever played a game of Dota 2, ever in your life, I think you will understand the frustration of Scarlet Mage not being dead there if you're a Stratyk, and why they tunnel vision so hard. Obviously, in a pro game, this really shouldn't happen. There's more of a pub mentality, but it will happen. The frustration will get to you, and the Snapfire and Tide will perfectly fine if they didn't try to go for the Scarlet Mage so much. That was really well played by Luck and Yellow, though. Not only was it baiting out the Scarlet Mage, but also creating anger in the enemy team, a very common resource in NA in general. And while do that, they got 2 free kills, honestly, with a Tide that was also dominating these team fights with just the Ags alone, not even the Ravage.
Yep.
And Thena, who in my opinion has been probably the most solid player of this team, or at least the most impactful player of this team in the early game, just because of how good his kisses and his little shredder have been.
Yeah, still a pretty strong fight. Both teams kind of end up overextending a little bit, as both mid laners kind of end up establishing the front that both safe laners kind of end up fighting behind. It goes a little bit better for Stratyk because they still save their safe laner, but at the cost of many other heroes. And actually, Kadhua is building a BKB. He almost has it ready to go, actually. Just needs another 1,000 for the recipe, and he'll have it even more Magic Immunity. Smoke on smoke. Stratyk are lacking kisses, but they'll have it in 3 more seconds. All their ultis good to go here. Kurtzenkel with a Blink Dagger now, as well as he can go up to the high ground, but Zero's made the jump onto AMB, so there's no immediate follow-up as they have Silence Rouse as well. So the Overgrowth now coming out for this fight. Zero's going to perish to the kisses, however, as finally the coils through. Only catches God Z. Kadhua able to shrug this one off as he jumps right back onto AMB, looking for a bash. Doesn't need it here. The mark damage from P1 will pick up the kill. Adrian still has BKB left to fight with, but out of ulti, Stratyk are not confident going any further there into the enemy triangle. They will back up.
Adrian has really had very little impact with this Gyrocopter this whole game, honestly. I don't know if this is the ideal build. I mean, I know this is like the Gyrocopter build, per se, that we see every time, but against Lifestealer, I do feel like the 1v1 for Lifestealer is considerably better. And because he went for Satanic, or because he's going for Satanic, it's going to become easier for Lifestealer as well, because he's going to feast more off you. So I'm kind of surprised, especially with the fact that Lifestealer has decided to spec into like a late game per se carry with his build. It's kind of hybrid now with a BKB, but it's still there. Like, he still wants to fight a Gyrocopter head on. He's not looking to push his objectives with Armor Desolator. I'm surprised that Adrian is not specking against them specifically. Like, I'm surprised he's just itemizing normally and just playing like eventually he'll carry this game. He hasn't really had a single good team fight until now.
No, not really. And at least
that's because Lifestealer, because he just can't go in and just attack, right? Lifestealer destroys him every single time.
Open Wounds is dispellable, right?
It is, yeah. It also doesn't pierce BKB.
No, I knew that. I just wasn't sure if it was dispellable. Oh, coil?
Okay, they got 0. And this would be a good kill to start off with. You can't Force Strike right now. Dream Bolt about to end. There's the Overgrowth heals. Catches 2 supports as well. Plus the gun, plus P1. Goes in directly for Alien Mana Banana. And that guarantees the kill onto the enemy mid laner. Kadhua still stronger than Adrian. Adrian forced to retreat. Yeah, he can. Kadhua has a BKB still. Adrian in trouble. He's been silent. He's a little bit faster. Kadhua with that BKB soon to end, but he'll have Rage afterwards. It's going to be okay. And the rest of Stratyk just need to run after Adrian, protecting their carry, because he doesn't deal nearly enough damage.
There's no kisses, so... Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think they... Kurtzenkel says, no, that was my cookie.
I've never seen that.
Don't you ever feed the creeps cookies in front of me again. I'm so hungry, I could eat a cookie.
Oh, that's what Kurtzenkel sounds like in my mind.
You ever have a cookie with fish on it?
Actually, yes.
Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was tuna.
Was it?
And they had like caramelized it.
Yeah.
That was good.
That sounds interesting.
It was like I think it was like honey, it had like oats. It was an oats cookie with honey, tuna, and it had like caramelized like with onions and stuff.
Where in the world did you eat this?
It was a shop in Barcelona called Gourmet Cookies.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was good.
Never expected a baker to work with fish, but hey.
It went out of business though, let me tell you.
I wonder why.
Mainly because they would make a new creation and nobody would buy them, and everyone would come in and ask, "Hey, why don't you just make a chocolate cookie, dude?" And I'd be there like, "Yes, give me the fish one!" Yeah. Oh my god, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Avo walks in and says, "Oh my god, you have the puffer fish cookie? You cut the poison sack
so
out."
Yeah. They made cookies with chicken and stuff. There's a lot of things you can do with cookies that are not really explored. But, you know, chocolate is.
Well, so far, Thanos still doing a good job with all his cookies this game, isn't he? And in fact, he's looking to buff them.
In general, this game.
Oh, I agree. I mean, obviously, that was what we call a segue. Abo, in the business?
Sorry, I'm not a host. I wouldn't
No,
know.
you wouldn't know.
Anyway, yeah, he's been really good this whole game. I know you were segue. I was just kind of pointing out how great Thena has been, especially because he's made up for the fact that early Mana Banana has not had a game. We talked about Adrian not having a game. And Adrian is a little bit worse because he's gotten farm and he still isn't being impactful. But early Mana Banana is straight up fodder right now.
Yeah,
like, he's the
they
chicken.
have caught, by the way, Raza, who was setting up or trying to de-ward here, as Stratyk were kind of hopefully trying to do Roche. It seems like they were doing two separate things, though. I'm not sure if Raza was quite on the same page. Usually the way I see teams play that is, especially with their ultis, they will look to force a fight and then set up that ward, not just head straight into Roche. Yes, you've got a lot of minus armor, but at this stage of the game, I think you have to respect the fact that, well, one, Gato is very strong, and two, Black and Yellow can 100-0 almost any of your heroes if they can just connect on the stuns. You don't have any save. Now P1, he's been released. There's no threat here of the overgrowth. He's very tanky. He's quite fast thanks to the success of this week. Cal, though, makes the jump. 4 caught by the Ravage. There's a 5th hero inside. Gato is not going to jump up, but Adrian finally pumping in some damage. Not nearly enough, though, Abo.
No, not enough. He's getting destroyed by Lifestealer. Why do you walk close to the melee hero, Adrian? Why is that going to help you? He is being forced out. They're actually cutting the Lifestealer around. Adrian is back, but he's just not dealing enough damage. Katakwa gets stunned, luckily, by the cookie, and they managed to control this Lifestealer enough for Adrian to not die. However, here comes P1 for round 2.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Round 2 is over quick and easy. Zero is also going to fall at this rate. Katankilla's already slowed him down. Gush in 2 seconds. Zero, can they cancel this blink?
He's trolling.
They're not going to try. They're not going to try.
Yeah.
We gotta go for Roshan instead. Listen to Katankilla's call. Go for the Roche. There we go. That way Adrian can kite 2 lives uselessly and not just 1.
Well, I mean, he did a really effective job at kiting there, actually, I would say. Does manage to at least give A and B the space to dive their backliners, kind of baits them even behind or into the tier 2 tower. And Black and Yellow find themselves now unable to contest this Roche after they had a very promising fight, considering that Raza kind of just ended up dying earlier.
Yes. I would say, though, that maybe Adrian's kiting is not so much thanks to him, but rather thanks to the rest of his team, because you going melee range against a Lifestealer is a surprising tactic. But I don't think it was the best idea, honestly. Run at them. I understand he was trying to keep the Sand King out there, right? Like, making sure that Sand King couldn't go back into the fight. Fair enough. I don't think it was being done, but also it ended up almost losing his life, and it was really the Snapfire cookie and 4-step that saved him. Great cookies and 4-step, by the way. Thena's playing out of his mind, though.
Yeah, I think he just
God.
really wanted to do damage as well to the Void Spirit, who was also caught by the Ravage. I agree. I see no other reason why he should be up there. It's not like he didn't have vision for Flat Cannon, because, of course, the man who just Ravaged was still there. And speaking of Ravage, now we have 2, which is going to reduce the cooldowns that we were talking about earlier. It's just showing up. Careful, though. There's an Aegis and now a Satanic.
He's like, all right, I'm a much better carry than this guy.
How much was he life-stealing off of Gyro? Did you see? Did you see the green numbers
No.
there? Okay.
No. I can calculate, though. Max health life still 3.4%. And Gyrocopter is close to, it's pretty much 3k. Your life stealing, what, 30, 90? 90 per hit?
Yeah, about 100.
About 100, yeah, probably.
Just shy of 100,
6.4.
but given that you have Sanch down, then probably about 100, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. He hits hard, and he also lifesteals a fair amount. It's going to be difficult to bring him down with Gyro alone. That's why I love that they're kiting it as well. And Adrian knows his role perfectly. Maybe once he gets Daedalus, he's going to be able to deal some damage. As right now, he's just a tank, really. And tank he goes. Mystic Flare almost 100-0'd him. But he can retreat in time.
Yep, he's okay.
And thanks to Satanic, he can heal as well. It's like a heart. Look at this. Oh, wow.
4-staff Satanic. Yeah, he's going to be nice and safe there. Double Ravage now at the ready with the normal Ravage coming off cooldown. That is going to be good to go.
I wonder if it was better to Satanic afterwards to hit the Ancients and heal back to full, or just Satanic the Ancients heal and walk around, right?
I'm not sure. I guess he was probably expecting to get 4-staffed either way, right? Come on, he's a carry.
Trust his teammates.
Oh, Ravage number 1.
Yeah, that's going to be for the Sand King. And they have a second Ravage already ready. As the Mortimer's going to start raining down. This was not the best use of kisses, but it's okay. The Sand King's dead.
It is, yeah.
And
He's got buyback.
try to force the buyback, yep. Adrian uses Satanic again. Okay, that's bad. He lost the spell. You're going to need to use BKB for the next one. There's the Ancient Seal. Cover him with Gush. 4-staff used to be nearby. Careful, but there's no Mystic Flare, and they know this, so there's no mana for Mystic Flare. Anyone getting close to Adrian will be dealt with, says Katankilla's. As the Rex fall, little but surely. They don't have much push, but they have so much tank they can just stay here forever.
Yep, and Adrian's gonna now just be good to go. Seems like Kadhua not really too keen to join the fight until he has Scotty. He's very close to it now, actually. Just needs a few more minutes, and he might be able to even snipe this courier of Gyros. He's got no business in the secret shop right now, though, so you shouldn't see it. DD Rune spawns in the river. That'll be scouted here and picked up swiftly by Adrian. So that's now... No, it's not Scotty finished yet. Kadhua's like, I have a stick. I can sell my Iron Branch. Will you take stick for Scotty? And the secret shopkeeper says,
Because one's the power of flat, the other one's the power of ice. And they have nothing to do with each other, Richie.
Yeah, it's true. Shopkeeper.
Also, Trim Protector has a bit of a monopoly over all the branches. He's been selling them all game to Shopkeeper. They're no longer worth anything. He caused branch inflation.
They've been deflated, yeah, quite. Kadhua's just gonna say hello to the creep wave with his Eye of Scotty, so this shouldn't be a surprise then to Stratyk, who are now pushing up to high ground after demolishing the tier 2. And there's finally the TP.
Yeah, the cookie. I don't think that's where you want the cookie in Thana.
There's a Ravage, though.
But he had to move. He had to move somewhere, right? So they got him. Adrian still had 50 seconds on the Aegis. Not really that big a deal, I think, losing it at this point. And you also forced Kadhua back. He did get a Scotty. I think at this point, Tarkov can consider his, or just go for the straight-up butterfly. Now he's starting to get some damage items, though, which is really important. Oh, fake back. It is. As they get ready for the smoke, Ravage immediately on the 3, but they cut the gyrocopter. He has BKB. Adrian trying to help out his teammate from afar. He's been stunned, perpetually stopped by Kadhua. He's down with a 4th, a little Stratyk. He's actually healing back up. The Gush as well. Mystic Flare gets divided among everyone. Not that much damage anymore. As B1 does get stunned. Beautiful burst, like limiting that Ravage, but they do have enough damage to bring down Adrian as they lack the kiting this time. Thana will fall. Zero will die as well. Alien Man and Banana dies with them. And only Stratyk there is going to be Kurt and Kele, as they're unable to deal with Kadhua. A great Ravage, but unfortunately not enough if the Lifestealer is God.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Stratyk. Kind of the fake back into fighting immediately around the ward. The buybacks, though, quite crucial there. Wait, what did Sandking die to there? What did he die to in the end? Oh, Witchblade damage. Wow, okay. Because I saw that he barely had lived, but no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Beautiful Ravage, though. Just not enough damage, barely. And then a really huge Burrow Strike. I think catches 4 heroes here. That really is kind of the turning point in this occasion, as well as the buybacks from the supports able to finally get their spells in. Of course, completely worth it there. Now for the high ground goes Kadhua. Still no Deso, but no Trim Protector Living Armor to deal with at least. Means he will be able to dispatch of this tier 3 tower with ease.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Kele is the only target that I think they can't really kill here, and they know this.
Plus 123 per hit there on Kurtan Kele. He's got 1 Ravage ready to go if you would like, with the Refresh Orb at the ready.
Yeah, probably not worth wasting that, though. Especially when your Gyrocup is not back. Like, I need my damage back. Or you're like, I'm back in 7 seconds. No, I mean my Snapfire.
Yeah, pretty much. Snap now finally back alive. At least that'll save the range barracks. The melee barracks aren't going to be as lucky. They will fall. Still, though, Stratyk with the creep advantage, as they have got the top wave constantly shoving in. But now mid lane is going to shove for black and yellow.
Yeah. We almost have Ags on this Snapfire. Well, not. It depends on what she wants to save. She doesn't want to save. There we go. I was checking if she wants to save for the buyback cooldown. Does not. It's going to give better initiation with the Titan Hunter. Though I think your biggest issue is still the core-to-core matchup, which you haven't really been able to fix. So I don't really know how you fix that, to be honest. Like, if you initiate on the Lifestealer, first of all, he's probably infested a target, so it's going to be really difficult. And second of all, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to kill him. You lack the damage, right? I don't know if Butterfly is maybe enough for that. He has 4k HP now. It's ridiculous. Scotty is no longer going to solve your issue either.
It's a tanky boy. And he's approaching level 25, which probably means it's kind of tempting, but likely the rage duration in this game, I think, because then you can end up with a clip on Reddit, like that one guy who says, you can now go completely magic immune for, 2 minutes on Lifestealer.
Oh, right, yeah. Which, again, he cheated because there's, like, small microseconds there where he wasn't magic immune, and you can 100% get an Ancient Seal or, like, a stun there.
Oh, 100%. The BKB Lifestealer, he has so much trouble killing a Skywrath Mage.
Well, okay, yeah, but if you're standing there, like
4
in the clip,
armor,
that was the biggest mistake in the clip was he was just standing there, right, pressing Q. that's why he was bad. If he was moving, I think that's a viable strategy.
Rage duration, 7.5 second duration now on Rage for a 10.5 second cooldown, which you can kind of plug with a 6 second BKB.
On a serious note, though, I actually do think it might be worth it for him to go for the refresher orb.
On Lifestealer.
Lifestealer.
Ah.
Yeah. It's not bad because I mean, honestly, you're outclassing the Jar Cup every single team fight, right? So you could afford to get a refresher orb and just utilize for like to never be kited, right? The only thing you have to be worried about is overgrowth, and you can always dispel that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think why not? I think refresher orb is actually a good idea. Obviously, Abyssal first and stuff. I get it. You have to be more impactful in these team fights. But I feel like if you get refresher on this lifestealer, and obviously you keep it in your backpack and stuff, because you don't need to have it like immediately for the fight. It becomes really difficult to win fights against you until Jaraka respects enough.
So nice pickup at least for AMB. He's got Spell Prism ready to go. That cooldown reduction is going to be pretty nice for Puck, because it also, I believe, reduces the cooldown of something like your Witchblade. Is a lot of his damage and kind of his only kind of impact. If they have caught someone in the mid lane, it is AMB. Aeon just procced as now Godzi in a bit of trouble. With the Glimmer, though, he's going to be able to dodge a lot of the damage. Finally dusting him up. Rasa consider dropping Overgrowth and actually will do so, but it's only going to catch Godzi and there's no follow-up. So Kadawa is just going to eat him alive, but that is the that is the rage used at the least. AMB barely lives by the skin of his teeth here as he does make it out alive. As Aeon is now on a 145-second cooldown.
I think Raza is very important here. I don't think you could lose him like that. The overgrowth is kind of vital to these team fights because it's part of the kiting tool hit for the lifestealer.
Yep.
Especially once he's used Rage and BKB. Like once he's used both of those abilities, you overgrowth him in the middle and you waste some of those valuable seconds.
Yeah, yeah. You cannot attack if you are overgrowth. So again, the roots are very inconsistent as far as what you can do. So then Gyro can jump into melee range.
I thought you told me it was just overgrowth. Alien Mana Banana, like we said, is just fodder. He could be playing Puck support. We wouldn't be able to tell because his farm is the same.
That's right. I believe it is just overgrowth that does that because it issues this.
You said that to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah,
you, dude.
Well, because they're extremely inconsistent. That's what I mean, though. It says roots above your head, which normally means some certain things, but if it's overgrowth, it means other things. Does it cut Adrian?
Gyro? BKB? He has Stratyk as well,
bash, there
but
it
he's not
is.
healing up Karakwa. He's gonna die. And he has no buyback. He has no buyback. He bought out for the MKB. I think this is game.
Could be.
I don't think they know that he has no buyback. They're like, nah, no way. He bought out for the MKB.
Well, they can't get the megas, so.
Yeah, I think you might as well try.
Wait, but Stratyk, they can't feed any more deaths, otherwise they might try and finish.
Yeah, they don't
Now they know.
They fed all the deaths. Yeah, there we go. Now they know. Now they know 100%. Oh, okay. They haven't realized it. They haven't done the math yet.
No, I suppose not.
NA math, as they say, it takes a while. They need a calculator.
In yellow. Hold on. Computing. Yep, there they go. TI-84. And there they go. Kadwa's in.
It worked. Texas Instruments for the win. They found the puck as well. Still silence despite the Aeon disc. So you can't really join in. There's the buyback from the
That's
slap
4.
fire.
They must know by now. But they're not confident. I mean, the team fight's still nothing to be trifled with. There is still a Ravage at the ready, even though it's not indicated by the triangle. So close to that.
Notice.
Rouse is dead.
Okay,
Die back for him. Zero in a bit of trouble, but he's got a BKB. Finds the stun onto 2. Kids is not raining down, but AMB without the Aeon disc is fodder. Down he goes. Crimson Kel will refresh. Has finally hit level 25. Probably going to take that Ravage stun. The Tier 4 towers are falling at a breakneck pace, and now there's nothing to combo this Ravage with, even if it does stun for another second. Gelt gonna get stunned up once. Evil or Ghost Scepter to keep himself alive. Kadawa just focusing onto the Ancient, and even without the Deso, it is going to be the win. The first win this Tour 2 here for Black and Yellow, as they finally will not go completely unwinnable or completely winless.